It looked like Bobby Pierce was going to put down a statement that he was the car and driver to beat heading into Saturday for the Dream at Eldora this Thursday night, night one of the preliminary races. But he would have some kind of issue with the car. It would be overheating, I guess, with the oil, and he would end up calling it a night with 12 laps to go, finishing towards the end of the field, I believe, in 22nd place, putting him behind the 8 ball going into Saturday. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. We got a really, really good race. Not going to go over everything. We're just kind of just focused on Bobby Pierce here. Started off, I believe, in 3rd place on the outside in the 2nd row, and he faded to 5th, but he would quickly work his way around Josh Rice and Tim McCready, kind of passing them in 1 lap on the outside. Some really good work there. And then we got a really, really good battle here between Pierce and Dalton Wilson with about 42 laps to go, 8 laps into the race. So you can see he was already moving to the front very quickly. Let's take a look at a little bit of this here. Dives to the inside. Big slider on Dalton Wilson. Dalton Wilson crosses him over, goes to the inside. Pierce maybe taps the wall there. Hard to tell. And then Dalton drives really hard down onto the corner. Pierce a little bobble there at the top. That allows Dalton to kind of stay behind him. Then they continue to race side by side here. And Pierce eventually gets him on the outside. And then he would hunt down Ricky Thornton Jr. I think Ricky Thornton makes a little bit of a mistake here, bobbles. This allows Pierce to just kind of drive right to the inside of him right here. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so you see Ricky Thornton bobbles a little bit. Pierce goes straight to the inside and then kind of pulls the big slider here as Ricky Thornton Jr. is getting wound up. And you see Ricky Thornton has to kind of let off of it a little bit. And he's then able to really pull the crossover, and Bobby Pierce is able to motor by him on the outside. And Pierce wouldn't look back until this right here. 12 laps to go. Clearly some kind of engine issue, smoke billowing out of the car, and he would come to not really a stop, but he would pull it in here to the pits, right going into turn 1 there, and he would call it a night. This is what he had to say immediately after climbing out of the car and inspecting it.
Did you have any indication that something was going south on this 32?
No. Yeah, we had a problem there with the oil cooler, and I think it just ran hot. Water temp was great the whole time, but oil, I think, got too hot because of the oil cooler there, so.
All right, heartbreaker. Bobby Pierce out of it.
So Pierce was saying there was some kind of issue with the oil cooler there. However, we would get an update here on X after the night concluded. This is what he posted. Had him covered at Eldora. No part failure tonight, just an error on our part in the pits, which led to the failure. We got to be better. Motor ran great the whole time. Car was great. Big loss of money tonight. Help a brother out and buy a t-shirt or something. Freddie Saturday. So he's putting the blame on himself and his team for, I guess, making an error. He doesn't explain what that error is, but he does say that it was not a part failure. And I think if they get that fixed, though, I think he still put a statement out, right? He might not have won. He might not have won the race, finished it off, but he's definitely put a statement out there that he is going to be someone to beat on Saturday night. He can move through the field. He was able to easily work around traffic. I think he was able to maneuver around the cars much better than Ricky Thornton Jr. was able to, or anyone behind him. Ricky Thornton Jr. was kind of the only one who was even in kind of striking distance, and even then he really wasn't. He was a straightaway behind for most of the race after Bobby had passed him. So I think Bobby is really saying he is the guy to beat. And it's interesting that we got to see Bobby and Ricky Thornton on the first night. Love it. It is the best rivalry in racing. I think that probably even motivates Bobby even more. The fact that Ricky Thornton Jr. did end up winning the race, and he did. You can see here are the results from my race. Past Ricky Thornton Jr. came home with the lead. Hudson O'Neal in second, Josh Rice third, Chris Madden fourth, and Max Blair rounded out your top 5. Got to scroll all the way down to find Bobby Pierce, and he did indeed finish in 22nd place after having that issue that saw his night end early with 12 laps to go. So what do you guys make of that? What do you make of Bobby Pierce's excellent run until he had that misfortune? Let me know in the comments below.